Hi everyone, Charmaine here with another penpal folder tutorial. So this one is the fourth installment for my Letters for No One series. Out of all the penpal folders that I'm going to share with you, I think this is by far the most difficult one. When you open it up, you get little tiny rooms where you can put pockets and where you can stuff and tuck a couple of stationery, stickers, and anything that you want to send over to your pen pal. This one I made is actually overstuffed. If you saw it earlier, it was a bit thick, but it's up to you really how heavy or how light you want your pen pal folder to be. So don't worry, I still provided all the measurements that you will need in a free printable down below, and you can just go on ahead and download that. So before we jump into the tutorial, I'd like to invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications, and also give this video a little like. I upload new videos every Thursday and Saturday and every Tuesday for this Letter for No One series. So grab your crafting stuff and let's get started. As I've said earlier, this particular folder has a lot of components, so just download the printable in the link below. For the first part, we need to make 4 of these particular shapes. So these are like L-shaped paper with specific folds. So I'm just gonna freeze it right here so you'll more or less have an idea of the measurements. But this will make more sense if you just download the printable. The printable, I provided areas where you're supposed to cut and where you're supposed to fold. So just follow that and create the creases. So I've done the folding ones for these 3, and I'm gonna show you how to put the creases and folds for this one. But before I show you how to fold the creases, let me show you these other components first. So measurements for these ones are also available in the printable PDF. But just so that you know, you can use different types of papers for this one. So you have different patterns. Basically, this is where you can inject your design and your creativity into the pen pal folder. So for my ones, I used floral book paper and some vellum. Now let's go back to the L-shaped base of our pen pal folder. So to make the creases, I like to use a cardboard box because it's a bit softer, and when I actually use this blunt tool to create the lines, it's easier and it marks the folds better. So again, refer to the pen pal folder to identify which lines are folds and which lines are cuts. After completing all the crease marks or fold marks outlined in printable, the next step would be to fold these marks. So you fold the flap, and then you fold the baseline, and then you fold the diagonal line and the other baseline, and it should close up as shown on the screen. Now when you have all 4 L-shaped pieces with all fold marks done, it is time to put them together. So as you can see, you fold it like so on the screen, and you have a little flap, and basically we put a double-sided tape or glue on that flap so it will look like this. I'm using double-sided tape for this one as it cuts the waiting time or sticking time in half. My double-sided tape is a bit thicker, so I'm just going to cut it into smaller strips so it'll fit exactly on the flap that we have created. After cutting the strip this size, just apply it onto the flap, remove the release paper, and fold in the flap to the back of the other L so you get your little room shape as you can see on screen. The next thing you need to do is repeat this step for all 3 L-shaped pieces until you get your 4 little rooms. When you finally have all 4 folds like this, It is now time to put them together. All 4 pieces should be same side up. So we begin with one and put on double-sided tape to the edges. Again, you can choose to put on glue, but you might have to clip on a bulldog clip just to hold it in place while it's drying, so it could take more time. Then of course the next step would be to take out the release paper in preparation for sticking the other piece that we have created on top of this one. As you can see, this was a bit challenging for me to put the 2 flaps together or the 2 pieces together, but do everything you can to make sure that the 2 folds align. And when you finally have it in place, you'll have 2 rooms stuck together. Just repeat this step until you have all 4 folds stuck together and you have your little pen pal folder base. So the base will more or less look like this, and you can already see and imagine how you're going to put your pockets and your stationaries in each of the room. Now the next step would be to add the different pockets and components into each room that we have. So it's really up to you this time. It's up to you how you will decorate each little nook. So refer back again to the PDF printable. There are measurements there to create these little pockets and little strips. Go ahead and mix and match each and every one of them. Try to visualize every little nook and then just decide which pockets goes where, and then using double-sided tape on the folded flaps, just attach them as I did on here, as you can see on screen. There's always an option to decorate before putting the pen pal folder up. You can do that as well, but since I'm a very visual person, I prefer doing the decorating when the pen pal folder is already assembled, as you can see. Also, one thing you can do that I didn't do is to decorate the floors of each little room. I was more focused on filling up the pockets, but then I just realized that maybe before I sent this out to a pen pal, I can put in little notes on the floor surfaces, or maybe you can add some stickers or some ephemera stuck on it. So it's really up to you. Get as creative as you can. I also put a botanical sheet on the front cover just to wrap up the whole look, and there we go. Now it's time to just stuff this whole pen pal folder with a variety of stickers, stationaries, and any little paper treat that you'd like to send over to your pen pal. And that's basically it. You can just simply use a simple twine to close this little pen pal folder when you're done, or as I did, I just made a little vellum band and stuck on some florals on it just to keep the thing closed when I'm sending it out. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial which I shared, and if ever you do get a chance to create your own pen pal folder using this tutorial, I would love to see your version. So tag me on Instagram @Chassis. Hopefully from this tutorial you got the concept on creating a pen pal folder in this format, and you can just simply adjust the measurements and create these pen pal folders in different sizes as well. Thank you for making it through till the end. This is actually the 4th pen pal folder of my Letter for No One series. So next week we're gonna have our last installment for the series, and I hope to see you then. I'll see you on Thursday for a journal with me video and Saturday for a paper craft tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon, very soon. Stay safe, keep well. Bye for now.